Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kumud. I am the author of my research presentation today. Now, to introduce myself, I am Kumud, student of Bachelor of Science at Guru Nanak Girls PG College, Udaipur, Rajasthan. So, my research topic is a machine learning linear regression model to predict future ZN panda population. Now, let me introduce you all to my professors and co-authors first. Dr. Satyendra Barber, he is an assistant professor at Guru Nanak Girls PG College, Udaipur, Rajasthan. And Dr. Pooja Verma ma'am, she is also an assistant professor in Department of Zoology at Guru Nanak Girls PG College, Udaipur, Rajasthan. It is unfortunate that due to COVID-19 pandemic, we are not physically there. Before I begin, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to present at the 11th International Conference for today. Let's talk a bit about my paper. First one is introduction. The ZN panda is also known as panda bears and its scientific name is Ailuropoda melanolusa, and they are native to South Central China. The ZN panda lives in a few mountain range in central China, mainly in Sichuan, but also in neighboring Shaanxi and Gansu. As a result of farming, deforestation and other development, the ZN panda has been driven out of the lowland areas where it once lived. And it's a conservation relevant vulnerable species. And 2007 report shows that there are only 239 pandas living in the captivity inside China and another 27 outside the country. And the ZN panda is the world's most admired and shielded rare animals. So they were able to gain an inhabitant status in UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. And we used machine learning linear regression technique for this research work. And the main reason behind pandas' decreasing population is habitat destruction. We humans are taking over their lands for overdevelopment. Second one is literature review. Linear regression is a statistical model that explores the linear relationship between two or more variables. Our study was conducted to predict the future population of ZN panda, by which we will become aware and prepare for future challenges. Nowadays, modern researchers also use machine learning to predict using modeling approaches and parameters to improve accuracy and precision of the model. Third one is problem statement. ZN panda became endangered in 1990 because of excessive poaching and deforestation. Expansion of farm development caused fragmentation of pandas' habitat. And a large area of ZN pandas' habitat has already been extinct for timber and fuel wood. And the ZN panda has been a target of poaching by locals since ancient times and by foreigners since it was introduced to the West. And starting in the 1930s, foreigners were unable to poach ZN panda in China between the Second Sino-Japanese War and the Chinese Civil War. But panda remained a source of soft fur for the locals. And the population boom in China after 1949 created stress on pandas' habitat, and sequence famines lead to the increased hunting of the wildlife including pandas. And during the Cultural Revolution, all studies and conservation activities on the panda were stopped. In 2006, scientists reported that the number of ZN panda living in the wild may have been underestimated about 1,000, and the previous population survey had used conventional method to estimate the size of the wild panda population. And as the species has been reclassified to vulnerable since 2016, the conservation efforts is thought to be working. And the State Forestry Administration of China announced that they would not accordingly lower the conservation level for pandas and would instead reinforcement the conservation efforts. And the Zein panda is among the world's most adored and protected rare animals and one of the few in the world whose natural inhabited status was able to gain a UNESCO World Heritage Site designation. Not all conservationists agree that the money spent on conserving panda is well spent. Chris Peckham has argued that the breeding of panda in captivity is pointless because there is no enough habitat to sustain them. But they are wrong. I want to tell them that this species is not just known for adorable cuteness, but it also helps to keep their mountain forest healthy by spreading seeds in their droppings, which will help vegetation to thrive. And the panda's forest environment is also important for local peoples like us for food, income, and fuel for cooking and heating. Fourth one is objective. The major aim is to develop a strong model for predicting the population of Zein panda and save them from future trouble. This model should predict panda's population based on given information and parameters like annual rainfall, bamboo population and habitat loss, deforestation and human influence, etc. This study is vital to enhance the population of Zein panda in China. Fifth one is case study and data description. Data for this study consists of several parameters like population of Zein panda, bamboo population, annual rainfall in China, carbon stock in bamboo stems, and deforestation and human influence. So in first figure we have the graph between annual rainfall in China versus population of Zein panda. Here we have the population of Zein panda data on y-axis and the annual rainfall data on x-axis. We can see that the annual rainfall in China increased with a decrease in Zein panda population because an excessive amount of rainfall causes many disease and harm to Zein panda like acute gastroenteritis and chronic gastroenteritis and cold and pneumonia, etc. Acute gastroenteritis occurs when food and water is contaminated with the pathogenic microorganisms or their toxins are consumed. And chronic gastroenteritis occurs when your stomach lining become inflamed. Cold most likely to have a rainy and stuffy nose that is generally occurs in a rainy season. And pneumonia is an infection that inflamed your lungs, air sacs, and air sacs may be filled with fluid and pus. So, due to all these factors, the population of Zein panda decrease with increase in rainfall. As the rainfall keeps on increasing, the population of Zein panda is getting decrepit. That's why rainfall in China somewhere affects the population of Zein panda. In figure 2, we have the graph between carbon stock in bamboo stems and the population of Zein panda. Data of carbon stock in bamboo stems on the x-axis in TGC unit. TGC unit is a teragram of carbon that is equal to 1012 grams. In figure 2, we can see that carbon stock in bamboo stems is increased with decrease in Zein panda population. Carbon stock in bamboo population increase because of rainfall, and the rainfall is high, then the harvest will be good. But excessive rainfall cause many seasonal disease in the Zein panda. So the carbon stock in bamboo stems indirectly affects the population of Zein panda. So here in figure 3 we have the graph between bamboo population versus population of Zein panda. So here we have the data of population of Zein panda on the y-axis and the bamboo population data on the x-axis. In figure 3, the population of Zain panda gradually increase with increase in bamboo population. When bamboo population is at the peak, then there will be no shortage in diet of the Zain panda. Then they were able to rise themselves well. Initially, when the population of Zain panda was 2600, at that time the population of bamboo was 3.25 million hectare. Later, as the bamboo population increased, population of Zain panda also increased gradually. So in figure 4, we have the graph between deforestation versus year. So we can see that the deforestation is continuously decreased day by day. So this is our positive side, that now China's government is aware about this deforestation problems. China government was trying to stop the deforestation. So today we have the positive data in front of us. In figure 5, this is the graph between human influence and the population of Zain panda. Here we have the data of Zain panda population on the y-axis and the data of human influence on the x-axis. We can see that as the human influence increasing day by day, the population of Zain panda decreasing. But China government is trying many ways to control their country's population. The country had feared that population growth was hindering economic development. So in 1979, the Chinese government implemented birth control programs and offered economic incentives to families with fewer children. Sixth one is the model used for forecasting. In this study, we used multiple linear regression model of machine learning. Multiple linear regression model needs more than one independent variable and one dependent variable. Here in this model, we have 5 independent variables like bamboo population, annual rainfall in China, deforestation, human influence, and carbon stock in bamboo stems. And one dependent variable, that is population of Zain panda. Multiple linear regression is a statistical technique that uses many explanatory variables to predict the outcome of the dependent variable. The relation between dependent and independent variable is presented by the following equations and formulas in the next slide. So here are the formulas which we use to build our multiple linear regression model. So the first one is formula for simple linear regression, in which we have one independent variable, that is x1, and one dependent variable, that is y, and b0 is a intercept and b1 is a slope coefficient. And because this is a formula for linear regression, so in this formula we need only one independent variable. As we move towards the multiple linear regression, we need more than one variable to proceed further. So in this formula we have x1, x2 and xn number of variables, and here are the formula to get b1 and b0, and the last one is R squared formula, by which we can calculate our model's accuracy. Seventh one is methodology. We developed a machine learning multiple linear regression model with actual Zain panda population data from the year 1970 to 2020 and extrapolated to predict population growth till 2050. By this future prediction, we will be aware and prepared for future trouble and be ready to make more efforts to increase Zain panda population. Like China has tried hard to predict and protect their lovely Zain panda population. Most panda conservation work has involved protecting their habitat and making laws to punish hunters and smugglers. On 5th September 2016, the IUCN, International Union of Conservation of Nature, announced that the Xian panda had been removed from the endangered list and now their new designation is vulnerable. We used Google Colab and MATLAB machine learning tool for this research work, and we drew the scatter plot between dependent and independent variables by Python scripting. And the most important work to save the Xian panda is to protect their habitat. Without this, panda could only survive in captivity, and China government has set 13 panda nature reserves areas. According to the government research in 2015, habitat for Xian panda has grown by about 2,720 kilometers square. China government established laws and penalties to protect Xian panda from hunting and smuggling. The law states that panda hunting and smuggling carries a minimum jail sentence of 10 years. Results and discussions. Our goal of this work was to predict the next 30 years of Xian panda population by using the trend model. On the basis of independent parameters, values gathered from different research papers from various journals, we predict the population count of 2025 will be 2,870 with 96% R squared value. With 96% accuracy, there will be near 4,192 pandas population in 2045 and nearly 4,480 population of Xian panda in 2050. This trained model performs well on the task of projecting and predicting population estimates. So, here are the references of another research papers from various journals which we used to predict our next 30 years pandas population. Thank you for watching my research presentation and hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot.